今月の裏チャンネクストは今シーズンからレッズの一員となったナバウト選手にインタビュー。怪我を乗り越えようやく戦線に復帰したオーストラリア代表アタッカーはこれまでどんなサッカー人生を歩んできたのか、その道のりを振り返る。さらにレッズへの思いにも迫った。レッズレディースコーナーに登場するのは栗島あかり選手。
栗島あかりです。
浦和のダイナモと言われる彼女の素顔に迫るとともにテクニックが試されるタイムトライアルにも挑戦する。メルボルン出身の25歳アンドリュー・ナバウト選手。強靭なフィジカルとスピードを持ちオーストラリア代表としても活躍する男はどんなきっかけでサッカーを始めたのか。
Okay, so I started playing football when I was 4. One of my cousins is from Argentina, so he introduced me to football. My family were all playing Australian rules football, and they tried to take me with them to that side, but no, my cousin said no, he wants to play the real football. It's a much better game, more skill and more exciting, so it was natural for me. I straight away started liking football. Yeah, I played at a few junior teams when I was young, and then when I was about 19, I signed my first contract with a professional club. I was in the youth team for 1 season, and then I signed another contract with the first team. When I was about 13, I had a meeting with one of my coaches, and he said, look, I coach a lot of players, but not many players have your talent and your determination. So he said, I think if you continue, you can make it professional. So straight away I started thinking about becoming a professional, and everything I did was to become a pro footballer. Not really my play style. My play style was always very physical, very direct towards the goal, but my whole mentality changed. I started training more, I started training harder, I started looking after my body more, because I knew these were the things that is essential for a professional. So now in Australia, a lot of clubs are starting the academy from a very young age, but when I was there, it was only the under-20s youth team, and when I signed, it was the last year that I couldn't play youth team. So if I didn't make it after that year, I was finished. But no, mostly they play in the youth team and then progress into the seniors. I used to always watch Ronaldo, the Brazilian Ronaldo. He was the type of player like me, very physical, very fast, and he just wants to go towards the goal all the time. And I used to watch him all the time. And after he retired, I started looking at players like Luis Suarez and obviously players like Cristiano Ronaldo and then even Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He was a big influence for me. So when I watch these players, it was I try and pick little things from everyone. And to be honest, one of my favourite players was Torres, and I still have his shirt at home. Yeah, look, when I step on the field, he's another player, and I'm going to give 100% for my team. He's obviously a very good player, but I can't focus on how much I used to idolise him. I have to treat him as another player, and then after the field, I'll shake his hand. After the game, I'll shake his hand, and it's part of being a footballer. You play against very, very big players, and I just have to make sure that I focus on my job. During the game, I'll give 100%, and if I have to tackle him, I'll tackle him. But then after the game, I'll ask for his jersey.
彼がプロキャリアをスタートさせたのはオーストラリアの強豪メルボルン・ビクトリー。
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was my last year to play in the youth team, and the coach of the first team at that time was Ange Postecoglou, the coach of Yokohama at the moment. and he spoke to me and he said, look, you're ready to make your debut in the first team, and he took me with him while I was still playing in the youth team. So I'm very grateful for that opportunity. And because I was a young player, I started very well. I was playing a lot of games, and you know, because Melbourne Victory is such a big club, they want to bring in the best players, the biggest names. So eventually I started getting less game time. It was more in the last season that I was at Melbourne Victory. I think it was 2014-15. We won the championship that season, and I only played 4 games in the whole season. But for me, that was the strongest I've ever been, because I was working so hard to be able to play again. And you don't realise as a player how important it is to not be complacent. Do you understand what complacent? Yeah, so you don't take your position for granted. You appreciate and you're grateful for your position. I really learned this when I wasn't playing. Because when I was playing, I thought, you know, no one can take my position now. And when I wasn't playing, I wish I didn't have that mentality at the start. No, nothing's given to you in football. You have to earn everything. And for me, the easy part is earning a position in the starting lineup. That's easy. The hardest part is keeping your position in the starting lineup. So my mentality is I'm going to work as hard as I can until I make the starting 11. And when I make the starting 11, I take my game to another level, because I know I have to keep my position in the starting 11, so I work even harder. Because I knew, you know, footballers' careers are very short, and I said to myself, if I don't work as hard as I can to keep a position as a professional footballer, then if my career finishes, then I'm going to look back and say, you know, I could have worked harder. I want to finish my career saying I gave everything I had.
Very good person. I like him a lot. He's really open, likes to speak. Happy person. He likes to have fun. He's, you know, from first day come, we really have a good connection, and especially the last few months we were both injured, so we had together. We spent a lot of time, so I know him quite a lot, and I like him, and I think he's a good friend also. You know, I don't look at him like this, you know, like my younger brother or something, you know, because he has 25 years and he's quite a big boy already. So, but I try to help him, you know. It's always difficult for a new player to come to a new country, and I give him some advice also about Japan, Japanese football and this. So I try to help him, but try not to help him like a older brother, but I try to, like a friend, I try to help him if he needs some advice or some good restaurants also. So I try to help him with that. So I think the league is perfect for him, especially because physically he's really in good shape. He's fast, he has a good shot, and he's doing good movements also. He's like to go to in the space, and you could see in the game against Kawasaki, he was really playing well, and he can help the team, and he can have a good career in Japan.